What's up, guys? I am Rachel Photon. Welcome back. I'm so happy to be here with you all today. In this oracle reading, you all, we're going to see what the universe wants you to know. Stay tuned. So I do see so far that you are the best at what you do. There's something significant about you, something significant about some sort of gifts or abilities that you may have. There's something that's just in your DNA. You were just born to do it, or you just are a natural talent at it. But there's something that you are the best at doing. Someone may recognize this or realize this about you. All right. Some of you all could be recognizing that about yourself, that you're the best person for a job, or you're the best person at something that you do, possibly something that only you can do, or that very few people have an ability to do. Okay. And again, some of you all, this is just in you. It's in your DNA. All right. It's you. You're great at something that you do. All right. Some of you all, this has something to do with some sort of knowledge or wisdom that you have, or some sort of ways that you're able to gain some sort of knowledge or some sort of wisdom. All right. It could have something to do with, again, like I said, a gift or ability that you may have, possibly a job that you do, or your career, your business. There's something that you are extremely good at, and you need to know this. The universe wants you to know this for some reason. It's extremely important for you to know this. It may have something to do with your confidence, all right? Because some of you all may be dealing with people who could try to make you feel insecure, or who may try to make you think you're crazy, or that you don't know what the hell you're talking about, or you don't know what you're doing. All right. But you're definitely the best at what you do. And other people could be recognizing this or realizing this. If you have a business of some sort, you may start to gain more customers or more clients. If you work for someone, or you have a company that you're a part of, you may start to realize that you start to get more sales, you start to attract more people to the company, or somehow, some way the company could be succeeding or improving because of you. All right. But you're the best at what you do. And so it's like, you know when to show up and show out. You know when to stand to the side. You know what to do at the right times, how to do it, when to do it. And I'm sensing a lot of it has to do with your ability to listen to your intuition, your ability to listen to what the divine has for you, or what the universe is showing you, and allowing the universe to lead the way at times. Some of you all are very good at being a team player, from what I see here. All right. You don't have problems with trying to always be the center of attention, or thinking you know everything. For a lot of you guys, you recognize when you aren't that great at something, and you try to do better at it or be better at it. And that's what makes you so good at what you do. That's what makes you so valuable. One of the things that makes you so valuable. And I am sensing that someone sees this in you, and they may want to invest more in you because of that. They recognize that you're the best at what you do. Um, and so some of you all may be coming across what they call an angel investor at some point. All right. Someone who really, they see what you got going on. They believe in you. They believe in your mission, or they believe in your potential. All right. And from what I see here, you could have been allowing somebody else to take the lead in a situation, or you could have been following somebody else or listening to somebody else, and you may have realized that you actually know way more than that person, even if they're in a, so say, higher position than you. All right. Or even if they seem to be more successful than you. And so for some of y'all, you could have been relying on that individual, or trusting in whatever that was that individual had to say or was doing. And you recognize that you're actually the best at what you do. So there's no need to really be looking towards that other person to lead you, or looking towards someone's advice or wisdom or something like that. You could have even realized that person really didn't know what they were talking about, or they're not as advanced as at something, so you can't fully rely on their perspectives or their opinions, or you can't really allow them to lead. Because for some of you all, you're the type where you like to help other people to shine, you like to help other people to be the center of attention at times, and to get credit for their work and to do well or to be well, or you like to lift other people up. You like to show, give other people love and help them to feel supported and valued and part of the team or part of the situation or something like that. But there's something with this individual where they're not the right type of person to allow to lead, or for you to be looking at as though they are more valuable or more worthy than what you have to offer, or something like that, all right? It's like you're meant to be a leader in a situation. Someone could realize that. They could have realized that you are actually better fit for a position or better fit to lead something, or your wisdom, your knowledge, your advice, or whatever it is actually more beneficial or more prosperous or more successful than another's, than someone else's. So somebody recognizes that you are the best at what you do, okay? And they don't like the type of attention or the type of shine that you get from that. They don't like to see that you're better than them. And they could have accused you of doing something wrong, or they could have basically said that you didn't get to where you were through righteous ways or righteous, you know, by righteous means. Somebody could have thought that you were the reason for something not so good happening or occurring, and they're realizing that you're not the fault of something, that somebody else is the fault of something, or somebody else caused some sort of issues or problems of some sort. If you had gave someone some sort of wisdom or knowledge or advice, they could have not listened to you and went and did something else, or thought that they knew more in the situation, and things didn't go right for them or things didn't turn out right for them, so they could have tried to blame you for it. But people know what the truth is. People know that you're not responsible for whatever that person did, or like what happened in the situation. And people can obviously see that that person didn't even take the wisdom or knowledge or advice that you could have given them. They could have even thought that if they just be like you or do what you do, that they could somehow become as successful at something as you do. Or they may have even tried to take advantage of your kindness. Like they probably thought that they had you wrapped around their finger or something like that. Like because you were giving them some shine, or you were giving them some play, or you were uplifting them and showing them that you value them, you appreciate them. But it's almost like they let that, they basically got too arrogant or something. You could even not been fully showing what you know, or your abilities or your gifts or something like that, so it made someone have like a false perception of you. So they always thought that you were less than them, or you weren't as good at something as you actually are. Or it's like something, it's like you're not showing your whole hand, or you don't tell everybody everything you know, or what you're about or something. It's like you kind of like have some sort of boundaries with people, but it made someone have like a different opinion of you or misjudgment of you, almost like they thought that you were naive, or you weren't as good at something as you actually are, or you aren't as worthy as you actually are. And honestly, you could have been being real nice to this individual, looking out for them, trying to like uplift them, motivate them, show them that they have support, that everybody's not against them type of thing, and they got a little arrogant. Wow. I see that you have been working very hard. And if you're not working very hard, you're at least working smart, right? How the saying goes, you work smarter, not harder. Some of you guys, you work smarter, not harder. And someone could possibly feel some type of way about that, because they feel like if you've gained some sort of success, or if you've improved somehow, or whatever the case may be, they feel like you don't deserve it because you didn't work as hard as they did, or you didn't, go through everything that they went through, or whatever the case may be. But they have the wrong idea. All right, you just figured out something, you were smarter about something, or you understood a situation better, or you played your cards right, you played your hand right. Okay? You're the best at what you do. And they messed up by underestimating you or something like that. Maybe you let them think that you were stupid, or that you were slow, or you didn't know what was going on, or that you weren't as powerful as you actually are, that you weren't as intelligent as you actually are. But whatever happened in this situation, I see that you guys have been triumphing over your enemies. Okay? Somebody thought that they could like trap you in a situation, or get you to like see them as above you or beyond you, or see yourself as not worthy, or as if you're less than, or something like that. But it didn't work, and this person could actually be an enemy of yours. You could actually uplift, inspired, motivate, all kind of stuff, an enemy. That's wild, y'all. But I'm sensing like a lot of you guys knew that that person was your enemy. You just played your cards right. You played it right. And for some of y'all, this person really thought that they could do what you do. They may even try to get you to quit doing something, or to quit at something, or to make you feel like you're not actually as good as you are at something. It's because they wanted to either take your place, or like take the shine from you, or something like that. It's like this type of person, like, I want to say along the lines of, they were trying to outshine the master, but they didn't know you were a master though. They didn't know that you were a master at something. So they were trying to outshine you, and you let them shine. Because some of y'all, you actually really did have high hopes for this person, or really did see some kind of value or benefit in them, but behind the scenes, they were thinking that they were getting away with something. They were thinking that they were being slick with something. Okay? For others of you, you knew that this person was your enemy, right? You knew that they didn't really value you, or they didn't really like you, or that they were secretly competing against you, or whatever the case may be. You played your cards right, and you ended up triumphing over your enemies. Wow. Because behind the scenes, you were working. You weren't telling everybody everything. You weren't showing everybody everything. Or you were making moves that made you seem like you were naive, or like you were stupid, or like you didn't know what was really going on. And so it made somebody else play their hand when they should have hit it. Wow. So they started showing their true colors. Wow. People started realizing that they were actually secretly competing with you, because they could have been trying to say that you were secretly competing with them, or that you were trying to stop them or block them. They could have even said that you were working some kind of rituals, magic, all kind of extra stuff on them when you weren't. They were trying to make excuses for how poor their behavior was, or how not successful they were becoming. For some of y'all, they did it to themselves. They could have been working some kind of secret magic or something, something against you behind the scenes, and they didn't realize how masterful you were, how protected you were by the divine. They didn't realize none of that, and it just went back on them. Mm-mm-mm. Some of y'all, the divine hid the fact that this person was an enemy from you. Because it's almost like, because they did something to you, or tried to do something to you, and you were innocent in this situation, you weren't an enemy, you weren't hateful, you weren't spiteful, you weren't nothing against this person. Because they did that to you, it's like they caused their own problems, their own issues. Because you were actually innocent. You were actually genuine, real, and true in the situation. And they may have even told people that you was working some kind of magic on them, that you was doing some kind of evil, that you were secretly hateful of them, spiteful of them, envious of them, that you really didn't support them if you actually did. Mm-mm-mm. Or they're saying that somehow, some way, you did something to get to the power, or the level, or the position that you're at, because they just refuse to believe that maybe you just work smarter and not harder. All right? Or for some of you guys, you really did put in a lot of work, a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and people are recognizing it. People are seeing your worth. People are seeing that you're the best at what you do. It's like they just can't sit with the fact that you're better than them at something or you're great at something. And for some of them, if they try to beat you, if they try to be like you, boy, was that the wrong move. That was the wrong move that they made. Because, see, the thing is, some people may think, oh, they can be you or they want to be you, but they don't know everything you done dealt with behind the scenes. They don't know how hard it is to be you at times. They don't have the strength, the power, the courage, the determination, everything that you have built up to be able to be you. They don't have that. So if they try to be you, they start attracting similar type of situations that you could have been attracting, and they recognize that they ain't for it. They can't deal with it. They can't handle it. Or they just can't be you. They try to do what you do, and they recognize real quick that you are a master at what you do. You're masterful. But you make it look easy. You make it seem easy. It looks easy when you do it. Because you're a master at it. Success doesn't always come overnight. For some of y'all, success does come overnight for you. Success does happen very quickly for you. Because you know how to make moves. You know how to do what you need to do. And it's something about, for some of y'all was playing a sucker to catch a sucker. Y'all was acting like y'all don't know what's going on or what the real deal is or what you need to do, how you need to do it, how you need to move, all this stuff. And it's wild because somebody was making moves based off of watching what you were doing, and they set themselves up for failure. All right? That's what they did. They set themselves up for failure because they were expecting that, oh, if they thought that they were triumphing over you, or if they thought that they were downplaying you, or if they thought that they were getting away with some sort of lies they were telling about you, or if they thought people were believing the accusations they were making against you, they made some sort of moves, and they're realizing they should have never did that, because now people see them for who they really are, or what they really are, or what's really going on, and you're succeeding in the situation. You were able to triumph over them because they played their whole hand, and you hadn't even played not even a percentage of yours. 1% compared to them. They showed all their true colors. And you were able to move accordingly. You were able to protect yourself accordingly. You were able to do what you needed to do. This is masterful, what you're doing. It's in you. It's been you. Instead of trying to be you or trying to hold you down or stop you or block you, they should have just been getting better. That's what they should have been doing. They should have been focusing on themselves and finding ways to figure out how to allow themselves to shine, or figure out how to allow themselves to stand out and be seen as valuable, not because they're stepping on the next person or not because they're trying to make the next person look bad, but because they're showing how their qualities, their values, the things that they're great at, why they're so good. Why they should be valued. So that person did not deserve to be the leader in a situation or to be leading a situation. People could be realizing that if somebody seems like they're more intelligent or more successful, or the person that people should go to and follow, etc., they're realizing that that person actually only gained that success from tricking people or from working some sort of evil magic or something like that to get them to where they were, or they got to where they were by lying, scamming, or something, y'all. But people are realizing that person, it ain't legit, or it's like by you being you because you're the best at what you do, you outshine somebody else just by default without you even trying to. And it's almost like it exposes that somebody else ain't what they claim to be, or ain't what they act like they are, or it even shows that that person was trying to be you the whole time. That's wild, y'all. They were trying to, this is crazy. They were trying to get so good at being you to where if you ever called them out for what they were doing, that people would think that they were the originator of something, or that people would think that you were trying to be like them, or that you were trying to copy them. It's almost like they tried to leverage if they were more successful than you at something, or if they were more prosperous than you at something, or they had a higher level position than you or something. It's like they tried to use that position to make to like manipulate people's opinions of what was going on so that people wouldn't believe you. So like there are people who would think, oh, if you called that person out for, let's say, copying you or stealing from you, or trying to do underhanded slick stuff behind the scenes to keep you down, or to not let you shine the way that you need to, or whatever. It's like once you would tell them, some people, when the person would be like, no, they're just hating because they're in this position, or because they're more successful than them, or this. It's like some people might actually believe that, right? But it's like over time, your work speaks for itself. The quality of your work speaks for itself. The masterfulness at what you do speaks for itself. So they can't use that anymore. It's obvious now. That's always been you. They could have been doing this for a long time, trying to keep you from ever getting beyond them, or above them, or being better than them, or doing better than them. And so some of them could have even been like doing little, like I said, underhanded stuff, little slick stuff, like to try to make you not shine as bright, or to try to take attention away from you, or to try to make people not see you, or to make people think that they're the ones that's originating something, or coming up with something, or that they're the leader in a situation, or whatever the case may be. All right. And they were doing that for a while for some of y'all. And now people see what the truth is. They see what it is. They either see where this person is getting their info from, or where this person is all of a sudden started to succeed from is because they were stealing from you, or they were trying to be like you. And yeah, people liked it because they thought it was original from that other person, because they found a way to basically make it seem like it was them, or seem like they really came up with that, or they really were on that. But people see what it is now. They see the truth now. You may have to do something to show somebody something, to show them, nah, you've been doing this forever, or you've been like this for forever, or it's in your DNA. This is natural for you. You ain't got to copy nobody, or act like nobody, or do none of that to do what you do. You're masterful in your own right, in your own ways. Whenever you step into rooms and into situations, people want to be like you. You're the one that everybody wants to be like. You may have a certain style of dressing or way of acting and behaving. You may go into a new situation and give it about 2 weeks to a month. All of a sudden, everybody dressing like you. All of a sudden, everybody talking like you. All of a sudden, everybody doing what you do, right? You're a trendsetter. You're meant to be a leader. You're meant to have people following you. That's how it's always been ever since forever. Okay? And it's obvious. The more that people see you, the more that people get to know you, or the more that you really start to level up, people see this. And it's like somebody, they're nervous or they're afraid because it's going to be obvious that they are not as valuable as you are, or they're not as on your level or above your level as they try to make it seem like they were, or they're nervous that people aren't going to want to deal with them anymore, or aren't going to want to look up to them the way that they used to, right? They may even be nervous that you're going to take their position somehow, or something like that. And it's like, wow, so they did all this stuff for what? They could have been teamed up with you. They could have, been on your team, on your side. They didn't have to be secretly competing with you behind the scenes and all some old dumb stuff. All for what? All for you to still triumph over them regardless? Like, oh, wow, man. Wow. 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 Yep. Yep, this person could have. You're the type of person where like you like to try to keep the peace, okay? You like to, like, look, somebody really misjudged you, okay? This is what they misjudged you, because you're peaceful, right? So if you know somebody's doing some dumb stuff, somebody's being real petty, maybe somebody stole something from you, maybe somebody tried to gain credit for something that you did or whatever the case may be. It's like, you're not about to sit up here and waste your time, your efforts, and your energies trying to expose this person or trying to, like, whatever. It's like, that eventually people gonna see the truth. So you just go continue being great and you let that person do what they do, right? But it's like at a certain point, this person need to be put in their place, or it needs to be obvious that they on some other stuff, right? And they thought that because for a while, like some of y'all, this person could have even been bullying you. Like, oh, they just gonna take this, they just gonna do this, they just gonna do that, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing. They thought you weren't ever gonna stand up for yourself, or that you weren't ever gonna rise up from the stuff that they were doing. But like I said, you weren't even going as hard as you could have in this situation, and you weren't even going as hard on them as you could have, right? Because you played a sucker to catch a sucker. That's wild. Mm, mm, mm. And what I see here is like, you don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like, if people do stuff, like, you're not about to be sitting here complaining all day long about how you're just going to get better. You're just going to do better. And that's one of the reasons why you're the best at what you do. Because you use the nonsense as motivation to make you go in. You're very talented at something. And for some of y'all, because you ain't you ain't do what you may have really wanted to do to this person, or act the way you really wanted to act with them, okay? You're being gifted because of that. All right? You're becoming more prosperous and more successful because of that. Not because you were like naive, or not because you were scared. Scary is what we said. Not because you were scary, right? Not because, like, nothing like that. Like, and that's what this person thought. They thought that maybe you saw less of yourself, or that you didn't realize your true power, that they thought you were scary. You were scared of them. Okay? Or they thought that, like, somehow, some way, they could intimidate you, or they could do whatever this is to you, or you wouldn't do nothing back to them, or who would believe you because look at the position that they're in, or look how much money they have, or look at their power and their wealth, or look how famous they are. Whatever it is, right? They thought that they would be able to get away with this. And let's say, even if they got away with doing what they did to you in the public eye, baby, they did not get away with that, spiritually speaking. And it is going to become very obvious as you continue to triumph over your enemies. The divine could have even was doing things to make it seem like, to kind of like hide you or downplay you for a little bit there, so that this person would make the moves that they were making. So either you would see what the deal really was, or so that you would make some other moves or decisions or choices that would actually propel your success or make you more prosperous, or that would help you to really triumph over this stuff. Your talent speaks for itself. Your gifts and your abilities speak for themselves. So the universe has been showing you some very magical things recently. You're being told not to ignore that. All right? The universe could have been confirming more and more of how powerful you are, how smart you are, how intelligent you are, how prosperous you are, how divinely protected you are, how divinely favored you are, how gifted you are, right? How much of a natural you are at something, how talented you are. Don't ignore the magical things that the universe is showing you. I'm saying, it's like somebody hoped you didn't listen to your intuition about something. Again, it's like, maybe even for some of y'all, you didn't want too much attention being brought to yourself. You didn't want too much hate being brought to you. You didn't want to deal with the envy, the jealousy, so you were allowing other people to shine more than you, and the divine was getting real upset with you for doing that, because you're meant to be in the lead. You're meant to be a leader. You're meant to be really doing phenomenal and great things. So when it designed you to be that way and you're intentionally not doing it, it's going to make things happen to allow you and to show you what you need to be doing, how you need to be doing it, and to give you that motivation, that courage, that inspiration, etc. that you need. So don't ignore the magical things that the universe has been showing you. If you were confused about what path you need to go down, it's going to be very obvious to you now. And that's something you could have been dealing with, is someone making you feel like something that you were investing in or a path that you were going down, that it wasn't worth it, or it's not what you're meant to be doing. It's because of the slick stuff they were doing. But they can't do it no more. All right? At least not without it being obvious that they on some hateful stuff, or that they are secretly envious of you, or secretly competing with you, or jealous of you for whatever reasons they are, you know. They were hoping that you would have sloppy boundaries, that you wouldn't put your foot down, that you would continue to allow them to do you just any kind of way. I don't think so. So now I see that you're in control of the situation. You're using your full power. You're putting your foot down. You're uplifting yourself, putting yourself in the lead type of thing, listening to your own wisdom, your own advice. You realize you know what's up. And you're investing more in yourself and in your gifts, your abilities, your talents, whatever it is that you got going on. You're recognizing that you are the best at what you do, and you need to continue doing it. You're becoming better, not bitter. You're not harboring hate and vengeance and spite against somebody, who ain't worth it. There's people who is worth it to hold vengeance and spite and hatred against, right? But this person ain't worth it. So you're focused on becoming better, not bitter. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Keep going. You are triumphant over your enemies. What's up?